Hello, friends. Welcome to today's growth call. If you have the ability to put your camera on, if you are not driving, we would love to see your happy, shiny faces. It brings
Otherwise, I'm
us.
going to call on you.
Well,
That's
yeah,
true. That's a true story. He does. He does that.
does.
I love
So
that.
yes. If you're driving, we get it. We don't want to see you if you're driving. That is
Talk
not.
to Christina. We'll call Ken out. Matt McPherson will call out.
see that right off the bat, our guest speaker just calling people
We'll
out.
start calling you out. Yeah. I mean, because you're probably doing something else. It's not cool. I mean, let's go.
No, if you're in the car, turn it off. If you're in the car, turn it off.
Well, if you're
And let's-
driving,
if you're
parked
driving.
somewhere, yeah, you're good. If you're parked somewhere, yeah, if you're driving, please keep them off. If you're not, turn them on. We love to see. That's how we get our energy for this call. If it's not in person and it's on Zoom, which is my second favorite, in person is my favorite. If it's on Zoom, we need the energy from the room, from the cameras. So
We
turn them
do.
on. We have a guest. Thank you. I can't help it. I can't help, Laura. I can't help but use my hands. It's a thing. I don't
Did
know.
you have
Italian.
your
Very
special
Italian.
donuts, by the way? Happy special donut day.
Oh, yeah, I did have mine. And
Can I
in
tell
Rhode
you?
Island,
I
yeah.
got so many pictures from one of our agents showing me all the steps of eating said things and where they found them in the case. Yeah,
No, wait. This sign was in the Rhode. You can't see it.
can't
Rhode
see
Island
it.
High. The Rhode Island highways, all of Rhode Island highways yesterday said there are plenty of Zapla left. Slow down. So it's a real thing. Okay. Anybody who questioned me last call, it's a thing. Nate, do you know what
was.
Zapla is?
No.
No,
Forget it.
it's okay.
Done.
It's
Are they
because St.
special
Patrick's
donuts?
Day.
Is that there? What is it? What's it? What now?
It's an Italian thing, and I'm just very surprised that Tara doesn't do the Zaplas on St. Joseph's Day. It's okay. It's all right. We're gonna move on.
Sorry.
We're gonna
Okay.
move on. Yep.
I mean, her father used to send her to school in Bright Orange on St. Patrick's Day because that's how that's how it worked in his Italian household. So now I always make sure that my kids give him stuff with shamrocks on it and stuff for Christmas and his birthday. That way he has to wear it.
I love it.
Nice.
Drives him
nice.
bananas. He's straight out of Brockton. That's how they were. That's how he was.
City of Champions.
He didn't,
Get it. All right, let's dive in because this is a really fast 15 minutes that we get with you or so. So, Nate, thank you for coming on today. Nate Dickey is our regional director for New England. How many of you know Nate Dickey? Put in the chat. I know him. I've heard of him. Come off mute. I want to know. I know him. Brooke
That
knows
guy.
him. Tiffany.
Now I'm putting the name to the face. I've heard a lot about him, but never seen his
They-
face. My name.
wow.
Well, Kyle.
Hi.
Now you know Nate. He is our regional director for the New England region. He's been doing this for 3 years, just over 3 years.
Judy McCann's talking. Yep. And with her camera.
Judy
off. He's
Judy wanted
definitely
to say
doing
something.
something.
So he's been doing a really great job in our region, just kind of getting us kind of put back together again and really driving us forward with a great vision. And he's here today to share some knowledge with you guys. Whenever Nate Dickey is on or speaking, trust me, I'm telling you, I'm taking notes. So
Wow.
if you don't have your notebook, it's true. It's always true. I copy everything he does, by the way. Don't tell him I said that.
Including all your
Well,
Star
it's a lot.
Wars.
That's a lot of pressure. She doesn't like Star Wars. I don't understand that, but she's communist. Look at it. So we can talk about lead gen right now. I think it's probably important.
think
Because
so.
for you guys, that's the most important thing. And I would tell you, in this market, we have a lot of people that don't understand what their house is and that don't have any idea that if they've owned it for years or 2 years or even a year and it's worth a ton more than they've ever had. And we tend to think in our minds that everybody knows what their house is worth. And you'll find when you start talking to your past customers, they don't. And I think the biggest mistake agents can make right now is not communicating with people they've sold houses to before or people that they know. That's the easiest money to make as an agent are the people that you already know. You can try to buy your way into leads. Most of the leads you can buy, unless you spend a huge amount of money on branding and marketing, like straight up marketing for fresh people, are buyer leads. The people that you know and like you are seller leads, largely. Those are the people that already live in houses. They already like you. They already know who you are. You've already done business with them, hopefully. calling those people and just updating them on the market right now, there's never been a better time to do that. It's an amazing time to sell. Values have never been higher, ever, like in the history of ever. And especially in New England. And in New England, we're uniquely positioned because we don't have institutional builders. So we don't have a Toll Brothers, we don't have a DR Horton, we don't have companies like that come in and slam up 300 lot subdivisions. They just don't exist here. Because of that, we have a legitimate housing shortage. Not only is our inventory low, but because of the lack of building for the last 20 years, which is how long it's been, we have a legitimate housing shortage in most of our New England states. Mass is a little different depending on where you are, but even in Massachusetts, you're kind of built out. You don't have these giant subdivisions that are showing up, with hundreds of lots like you see down south. So if you have customers that are thinking, have always said they're going to move south, great time to do it. There's plenty of inventory south, and they can make a lot of money on their house here. I would look for people that, if you're in a second home market, I would look at people that own homes that they don't use a lot because they don't need to buy something to sell. And those people are usually sitting on so much equity that it's more cash than they've ever had in their lives. So when you say, like up here where I am, Lake Winnipesaukee area, if you bought a house 3 years ago for $1.5 million, it's worth $3 to $4 million now. So, that's more money than most people save or even have the ability to save. So if you say, hey, your house that you bought, that you loved, that you used 2 times last summer, there's an extra $2 million there for you, an extra $3 million there for you. Or if it's a ski condo in like North Conway, I bought one right before COVID, it's doubled in value. And it's crazy. So there's a lot of opportunity like this. Most people don't know that. You would think that, everybody knows what their stuff's worth. They don't. They really don't. So calling and having that conversation with them is probably the most important thing you can do right now to try to grow your business. I would encourage everyone to tell everyone about the market. I track every morning now. We track the number of available homes I track New Hampshire and Maine just to see what's available. And I use multifamily, single family, and condo, and I just lump them together. And I use those numbers every day, and I put it out to my people. I talk about it all the time, and I try to relate it back to before COVID. For example, in New Hampshire right now, we have about a little over 1,300 listings today that you could go buy, that show up that you could go buy them. To put that in perspective, my company, just my Keller Williams, held 1,500 pretty much the time before COVID. So that's how short we are in inventory. The state of New Hampshire says we're 20,000 homes short. That's not built inventory. So there's a couple of ways to get it. You can take multifamily houses and convert them into condos and make more units. You could add units to existing property, or you can take a single family house on a big lot and subdivide it and then build another house. You can build new. You can subdivide land and build new. All of these things take time, except for maybe the first one. It's really, really hard to make up that gap. If you think about 20,000 homes, how many homes would you have to build a day to fix that in 10 years? It's a huge number. So if you have buyers that are complaining about, anything, whether it be rate, that's the other big conversation. Rates are high. They're not. They're still historically low. Historically low. Between 5 and 7 is a normal rate. That's what we're going to see probably for the rest of our lives. Somewhere between 5 and 7. That's like normal. Like you're not going to see 3, 2, 4. I don't think you'll see 4 for a long time. I could be wrong. I hope I am, but I don't think I am. So we have to start learning that language. Our job is to communicate this to the public and make them feel good about the transaction. It's a great time to buy. Your value in New England is largely safe because supply and demand is so enormous. We could lose half the buyers and we still don't have enough buyers. We still don't have enough houses in New England. I mean, if you're working with more than 5 buyers, raise your hand that could buy right now. Everyone should raise their hand, because if you know 5 humans, they're there. Wendy's like, I'm not raising my hand for anything. I'm just not going to do it. It's okay, Wendy. It's fine. But you smile.
Nate, you even rose your digital hand. You are getting very techy,
So
my
this
friend.
is weird. So I'm not in my normal office today. I'm in our new building in York, and so I'm on an iPad. Does anyone know that if you have an iPad and you are on Zoom, it does all kinds of weird things. Like I can go like, this is another thing that I learned. I learned this today. I didn't know this was a thing. You can go like this and it'll, see that
Yes.
stuff? Like I don't even, like that was
Like,
like,
look at their faces. Look at
yeah,
their
I mean,
faces.
it blew my mind too, folks. I mean,
All
it
right,
really-
hold on now. Tell them if you're on a computer and you see reactions or on your iPad and you see reactions, you just have to click the little up arrow and say recognize hand gestures. And then those things will start to work for you. I have them shut off because I talk with my hands. So I would be constantly raising my hand. So I don't have mine turned on. But yes, friends, that's how you do that.
Yeah, I was on a call with my coach today, and I was same thing. It was very embarrassing. I was on a business call, and I was doing something with my hands up, thumbs up, and it was like a wagging thumbs up, which was going. Which was I don't. What are you doing? I don't know. I have no idea what I was doing. So, anyways, I just thought that was fun. Hopefully, that brightens your day like it brightened my day. When it
A
happened.
wagging thumbs up. I mean, that is
Abigail's
a
trying
great.
to figure it out. She's like, "Where is it?" She's doing.
All right, Nate, just to kind of go back to what you said and kind of put it all in a little package. You said it's very important right now to lead generate and to lead generate knowing your numbers.
Well, it's our job to that's a great way to say what I said in a long period of time in like a sentence. That's awesome. Yeah. So I would say, the most important thing you can do now as an agent is to get on the phone and call everybody you know. This is not, I don't cold call. Like I never did. I hated it. It's not something I did, but I sold a lot of real estate. I did it through networking and talking to people. You can get out of cold calling. This is me saying you don't ever have to cold call again. If you can go meet 10 people a day and put them in your database and communicate with them. So you figure out how to put the 10 people a day in and you'll have no worries ever. Just put 10 people a day into your database, then communicate with them. And you'll be great. It'll be awesome. And I would tell them about the market because no one knows. Everybody thinks they know what their house is worth. They don't know. Talk to them about rates. It's our job to educate the world on what's happening out there, make them feel easy about the market. It's a great time to buy. It's an amazing time to sell. It's a great time to buy because your values are safe in New England. This is a New England thing. They're safe in New England because supply and demand keeps you safe because we have almost no inventory. And then I would learn your numbers in your market. How many houses are active right now that you can go buy? How many houses went under contract in the last 7 days? The market's moving so fast, you can track the market in 7-day increments right now, which is really fun when you get listings. It's fun to talk about. So
All right, one more
comments on
thing.
that?
One more thing.
Yeah,
Nate.
you go.
All right.
I'm going to
So
you're going to say one more thing.
we've been talking a lot about this and we kind of wanted to talk about it as a group. There is a program called 72 Sold that some people on the call may be aware of, and some may not have heard of it at all yet. This is something that Keller Williams right now is rolling out and has been for quite some months. And they're basically re-rolling out one section of the program.
Yes. So
And I'd
72
love, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So
Dive
72 Sold is an education coaching program, and it's media collateral. It's $72 a month. It's very, aptly named. We can put that in the link. Someone can put the link in the chat.
Yeah,
there,
I'm grabbing it.
you guys. It's not a Keller Williams product. We have an arrangement with them right now where we have exclusivity. So in your market, if you were to join 72 Sold and you get permission to use their marketing collateral, you have to get certified. To use it. Once you get certified, you can plug into their masterminds. It's short money for really strong coaching. There are some things that are not, if you follow the program, it will benefit you. We have a lot of agents in the region that are using it. A lot of agents around the country are having success with it. There's an upgraded version where you can buy seller leads for $1,500 a month. I would encourage you to try the $72 a month first. You can quit anytime if you don't like it, but you can use their marketing collateral for $72 and you can get in their coaching. But if you don't intend to take any of their training or do any of their coaching, don't use the program. But if you want to try it, I think it's a great opportunity to get some listing inventory, get some listing strategy. All of your brokers are taking the training now. So they'll all be able to tell you what's appropriate that you can use in your state and what you can't, because there are some differences depending on what state you're in. Is that
so it's a
pitch?
tool. Yeah,
Yes.
that's great. It's a tool that is at our fingertips right now, and it's exclusively with Keller Williams currently. And it's an opportunity for all of us to dive into this tool and get more listings, get more market share. There's an agent in my market center who is using this at a very high level. And I met with him last week. And I said, well, tell me, how's it going? And he said he has been on more listing appointments this year than he has all of last year. All of last year, he's been on more already. Now, the conversion thing is something that is being worked on, but all of these people are raising their hand saying, come to my house. And there's a presentation to use that is pretty good. It has a lot of MOFers, right, Tiffany? A lot of MOFers in that whole program.
Yeah, that's
And
the $1,500 a month program, which is working really well for a lot of people. I would encourage you to try the $72 a month program. Decide if you want to buy the leads after that.
Well, it's still the same program, though. It's like as far as the content goes.
Yes,
that's
content.
correct.
Yeah, and as far as MOFers, you can absolutely use your own personalized MOFers with the 72 sold program once you are certified.
Well, that's what I was going to say. There's a reason 72 sold people who are using it, it's working for them, is because they're not deviating from the scripts. The communications or what they are given to put out there. They're following the models, they're using the call pattern, and they're following exactly what 72 sold is saying to do. So therefore, those who are using the systems and models are seeing the rewards and the benefits of it. So at the end of the day, you've got to take the training, you've got to get the certification, and you've got to go all in with it.
And they're buying multimedia markets, so they're buying a Nielsen media market. So they buy like a large area of stations. So I'm just gonna raise my hand again. I didn't mean to do that. If if you're in an area where someone hasn't purchased the leads, you actually may get overflow leads too. Don't buy it because of that. Buy it because you want to take the training. But I would encourage you to take the training and see. And this is not a substitute for you making phone calls every day to your sphere. Still, the most important thing you can do is talk to your sphere. Start with A in your phone, work your way through the phone. And at the same time, while you're doing that, enter the people into command so that you can use a drip campaign. You can use some kind of smart plan, or you can use it to send out birthday cards or whatever from there. Brooke can talk more eloquently on that stuff later. But I would say that's how I would do it. I would, if I was selling real estate today. I actually pulled 4 referrals from my sphere today. One of them was actually by accident. In my phone, names are listed by first name, and I meant to send a text to one Steve, and I sent it to a different Steve, and I picked up a listing from the first Steve, and then I'm going to go on the appointment on the Steve that I was trying to send the message to, but because I fat fingered the phone, I ended up getting an extra lead, which is awesome. So it's like it's probably like a $500,000 piece of land.
So what you're saying is there's money in this phone? There's
it's
money
just the phone,
actually.
Yeah. And it was just, and I was just
phone.
being kind of I sent like an obnoxious message to, luckily he was someone that I knew as well and could take the obnoxious message, but I sent a quick message and he's like, yeah, I'd sell that. So I was like, all right, cool. So now I've got an extra thing that I'm going to give to one of the agents here shortly. So
awesome.
Love it.
Well,
make the
thank
calls.
you, Nate. Yeah, thank you. Any questions for Nate before we let him hang out with us for 10 more minutes while showing our content for this week?
Go ahead, Lena.
Nate, I got a question. It's Lena Kriva down in Boston. What are you seeing? I've been trying to get the full numbers with regards to how many homes were still behind from the Great Recession. And you said New Hampshire is about 20,000 you're behind?
It's actually current. That's like currently we are 20,000 in excess of 20,000 homes behind. I would say you're probably double that in Mass.
Yeah, that's what I was getting, about 40,000, which was, and so I was just curious. Okay.
And in Maine,
so,
in Maine, you're probably 30,000. I mean, Maine's got a few more listings than New Hampshire does because it's bigger. There's more population in Maine, believe it or not. I think there's more population.
Really?
It's definitely bigger, but
okay. Yeah. Okay. That was just fascinating because I mean, at one point it was, what were we like 1 point, I can't remember what, there was this huge number of homes that hadn't been built during the period of the recession. So,
well, the big people think the banks being screwed, that what caused it was the banks couldn't loan to builders. And so builders got really sketched out. It's a combination of that. And then builder financing really is just Like you couldn't finance new construction as a consumer for a long time, and now it's finally kind of back.
Yeah.
And now as it's back, then we had a construction issue with construction materials, then we had COVID, which made it worse. You had all these different things, and you have all these municipalities that are making it harder and harder and harder to build, and adding fees to permits, and making the cost of the overall construction process more. And so it's a combination of those things, but banks not being able to lend to builders first and then to the end user also slowed that down. So.
Wow.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Information.
I'm happy to
Excellent.
help anybody with that. If they have questions on it or want to reach out to me later, please feel free to anytime. But I would, just simple conversations. Don't overthink it. Just get into action.
Nate, how do we reach you? How do we get in contact with you?
NDICKEY@kw.com.
Brooke is throwing it in the chat right now. I can see her typing away. There it is. There it is.
All
or
right.
You come to our events. I'm at all of them. So
Yeah.
I'll be at I'll be there. What's that? Next week we'll be out.
Next week.
For you guys down at Foxborough.
March
Can't wait.
29th, that is, if you guys are curious on what he's talking about. It's our awards evening at Foxborough Gillette Stadium. We'd love to have you guys there. It's going to be a great night.
It will be a great night. So I'm going to jump off before they show you what they're going to show you. But just the most important thing you can do, and we had this with our team leaders earlier today. Thank you, Nick. I'm Nate, but Nick will be here next time. He'll be great. I appreciate you.
His younger
Thank you.
brother, actually.
My younger, yeah, Nick. He's a good dude. I'm sorry, I'm a wise ass also. I hope you enjoyed that.
Love it. Thanks, Nate. Thanks.
Yeah. You're welcome. So with our team leaders, we have a whole packet for them to go and help recruit. And the team leaders that are having the most success aren't thinking about it. They're just doing it. They're just taking the stuff and sending it out, putting their name on it, sending it out, following the process. Don't overthink any of the stuff you're doing for marketing. If you're spending more than a day on or more than a couple hours on what you're about to send out to your sphere, you've spent too much time on it. We get in our heads that people are paying a ton of attention to it. Have someone else read it. Thank you, Ray. Have someone else read it, fix your spelling errors and punctuation, and then send it out.
Yes.
Most of that stuff is just to keep you fresh in their head. They're not going to analyze everything that you've put into it.
You guys,
if we think they read every email that we send them, they're going to see the top line of the email. They're going to see that you sent them something. They might open it, and then they're going to move on. Don't kill yourself to write it. You're the only one that's putting that much effort into what you're about to send. Just get in front of people, get into communication. Don't wait to call them. It's the most important thing we can do to stay in the industry right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathaniel. The best.
you.
Give our
Thank
loves
you.
to Nick. All right.
Let's
hit it.
tell Nick everyone you said hi. Thanks.
Let's hit this content, guys. We have a lot of fun stuff to go over, and this is going to give you the chance to really speak real estate this week in a fun and exciting way. Everybody sees the growth call documents, thumbs up. Awesome. I wanted to see if it would actually cause the thumbs up to happen.
It didn't work.
It's all right. So we are going to 10K here. I made it really big, but obviously we're going to have to bring that down. There we go. If you had 10,000 to spend on an outdoor home renovations, what would you do? Possibilities are endless. I know what Bovie would get. From sprucing up your front yard to creating a dream backyard oasis, maybe a patio deck, a pool, installing new fence for privacy and security, or how about new outdoor furniture or planters to give your space a fresh look? Gang, what do you think people are going to say when they see this? I know Jennifer's a pool. We deserve a pool. I am campaigning you. I'm going to start a GoFundMe for your husband. I think if we all just send messages, it would be enough. Jack, I got to tell you, my furniture took a beating. Like, water got into our storage area and my poor outdoor furniture. But again, use this as a way to talk and connect people. People don't understand that the equity in their homes they may have. One, when you do the CMAs, they're going to see, ooh, maybe I just want to move to a place that already has this. Or two, now you become a trusted community partner and can help connect them with someone that can pull the equity out of their home so that they can sell it at an even better price when they're ready. Jen, what do you think?
Yeah, you know what I think.
I know you want a pool. I know. I'm I'm just trying. I'm trying for you. I'm team pool all the way so that when I visit, I can go swimming. It's selfish. All right. Next, it's World Water Day. And this is another sneaky post to talk about, is your house up to date with all the things that are conserving water and doing different things? So March 22nd is World Water Day. It's a day to celebrate the importance of fresh water and the need to conserve and protect this precious resource. How do you make a conscious effort to use water wisely? This is where people are going to start talking about the different systems they may have added in their home. If you've got green designations, this is a great time to start talking about all the different things you've learned to help consumers be better in their homes or connect them to trusted partners. I have no fun puns this week. I wasn't ready for the puns. So if you have good ones, you let me know. All right. You already know, you probably have figured this out on this next post, that I live life in bold. Okay. So this week's This or That is all about finding out if people live in neutrals and grays or they live for the bold colors. Make sure you put if you live in neutral or bold in the chat. I want to know what your life looks like. You can't say pop of color. You can't say I live in neutral and then I add a pop of color. I feel like you're either one way or the other in your house. There's a lot of crazy or it's all calming. I knew you would be bold, Kyle. I knew you would be. So when it comes to the color scheme in your home, do you prefer neutral colors that create a calm and peaceful atmosphere or bold colors that add energy and excitement to your space? Team neutral colors or team bold colors? Let me know in the comments below. But here's my favorite part, guys. Bonus points for showing off your favorite room in the house, showing these color palettes off. Because this is going to start a lot of conversation about, I would love to have more color in my home if I had the ability to do things like renovations or updates. It also gives you guys a chance to really dig in and see what people want in their homes. So it's really, really fun. It's really fun. I love neutral. Oh, Robin, I can see you having both. I think there's also like when you have multiple parties in the house, sometimes people don't always agree on the decor. Like my husband will come home to a brightly colored unicorn pillow that has been added to the house because I also have a 6-year-old, but Kyle may also have unicorn pillows in his home. No.
Not a chance. No unicorns. I am the unicorn in my home.
Yeah. And then real quick, guys, let's go over this week's, I blew right past, but I want to make sure that you see at the top, the newest section we've added. Let me and Tiffany, if you would jump off and mute with me on this one, and then we'll pick a winner and stay on, because if you've ever wanted an open house cheat sheet, boy, do I have one for you. Cool. All right. So this week, every week we've added a productivity playbook for you guys to run for the week with MOFR. So go for it, Tiffany.
All right, so we're going to take golden letters to the next level. Last week, we talked about sending golden letters to anybody that purchased a house 7 years or earlier. This week, if you go to that golden letter, it gives you different ideas of where you can pull content from and people and send golden letters. Same flow. Review the golden letter magic one pager, and then create the marketing materials, mail out, drop off letter, door hanger. Thursday, send out, make the phone call if you have access to the phone numbers, and then continue the follow-up.
In a TCPA friendly way.
Yes. Then we have our MOFRs of the week. Are you renting? Did you know even renters pay a mortgage? You're paying your landlord's mortgage and increasing their net worth instead of your own. Thinking of home buying is not an option for you. Schedule a complimentary consultation to see if you are ready now or what it will take to be ready. It's kind of a stab in the heart when you're building somebody else's net worth.
Oh, that's painful. Like, right? What is the real cost of renting at the end of the day then?
Right. Selling your home. This is a seller one. Selling your home this spring. Would you like more buyers and less homes competing with yours? Would you like to know the best day to list your home? Reach out to us today for more information. And then there's After that, we have a cheat sheet to make sure that your command is set up for success, because moving forward, we're going to be adding MOFers that are using your KW website. So in order to make that happen, click the link, go through all of the checklist items and make sure your command is set up so that when we add them, you can just run the play and not stress out because something's not set up right.
And I have a golden letter follow-up plan in there. Here's the deal, friends. With golden letter, anything can be the golden letter. It's in that one pager that Tiffany gave you. Handwrite the envelope. Just get it out. But the biggest thing is the fortunes in the follow-up. If you're going to mail out 150 letters and not do any type of follow-up, like door knocking or figuring out if you can call them in a TCPA friendly manner, just cut your list down then, or don't do it. Because if you're not going to follow up, you're not going to get the results. So if you search me by author, you will find my golden letter follow-up plan. Okay, let's pick a winner. Jen was busy behind the scenes trying to pull everybody in so you gotta be on to win. You gotta be on to win, and then stay tuned because we're doing open house sign-in cheat sheets. Kyle, this is how I dangled the carrot to get you here.
Okay, so today's winner, and by the way, we are giving away your first home book. It is something that a lot of my agents are using in my market center. One just did a first-time home buyer seminar this weekend and had great success with it. By the way, if you're not doing first-time home buyer seminars, get on that. We provide the entire presentation for you, and you could use the book as a giveaway and to follow along with. So our winner this week is Jen Wood. Jen, are you still on the call?
I see her. I see two hands waving around the air.
I am.
Hi, Jen. Which market center are you with?
I am with Legacy Partners in West Hartford.
Yeah, she
Excellent,
is.
excellent.
That's
We will make sure we get you that book, and
Or you can actually
congratulations.
send it to Weathersfield instead. That would be better.
I gotcha. I'll send it to Weathersfield, or I'll give it.
Brooke.
You got it. Or I'll give it to Heidi next week.
Yes, thank you.
All right, excellent. You got to be here to win, guys. Invite your friends. We always give something away on Mondays, so come back next week. Stay on for Brooke's call. I got to go.
Thanks, Jen. All right, friends.